Welcome to NFL Prop Picks powered by the Blitz on Covers. I'm Josh Ingles. He's Derek Carty, the mind behind the numbers. We're happy to be here. Every primetime standalone game where Derek's dropping his plays, his leans. We're asking him to do tough things in pretty heavy markets. Thursday night, though, Dolphins, short road dog. Total sitting at 49. Let's get to it. Josh Allen. And that offense not passing much, right? Like we hit that Josh Allen under what was the number? 3750?
Yeah, that was it.
And we're starting to see those numbers come down. We're starting to see his passing total come down. This is a team that wants to run between the tackles right now, but let's go. We got to play Josh Allen under 9.5 rush attempts, minus 135 at the time recording. That's at Bet365. All other books at the 9.5, and expecting this to close at the 8.5. Closed at 7.5 last week. He had 9 carries to 2 touchdowns, but that injury could be taking some things away. What are the projections here for Allen? And talk to me a little bit about the lean to play ratio, because for most people, Derek, it would be a play, but you're looking for great value in terms of what you call a play versus a lean, correct?
Yeah, I mean, having to pick a play every single game, they're not all going to be, superstar slam dunk plays, but this one is enough on the side of play where this is a firm play for me. Josh Allen under 9.5 carries. I don't like to play the box score looking game, but he's only gone over this number in 4 of 20 games since the start of last year. It's a high number for Josh Allen. He didn't go over it last week. I don't understand why the market shifted up 2 carries. Makes no sense. He didn't get a single designed run outside of the red zone last week. It's going to be a close game with the Dolphins. So there's going to be less kneel down equity than there would normally be in a Buffalo Bills game where, they're a bigger favorite to win the game. It's just, the number is just too high. Not to mention the fact that this is the second slowest paced game of the week. So just total play volume in general is going to be down.
Still need to get a shirt that says kneel down equity, by the way. I'm so excited to hear that term again. What's the final projection? And like, if this does move to 8.5, maybe even money to the under, is it still some value there?
Still some value there. The Blitz is projecting about 7. So 8.5 even money, you're still probably getting, a decent amount of value.
Awesome. Okay. So hopefully that clears up the difference between a play and a lean. Play very strong side for Derek, and that's what we're getting with that projection around 7 and the total of 9.5. 2 full carries up from last week. Make it make sense. Next one. This is borderline. I'll let you make the call, but I think it's more of a lean, right? We're going lean.
Yeah, it's right on the borderline. We're going to call it a lean, though.
All right. Everybody's favorite tight end, whose receiving total is starting to go south week to week. Dalton Kincaid, under 44.5 receiving yards, minus 110, widely available. I believe it opened in the low to mid 50s last week, closed at 47.5. This is just a low passing volume team now, as you see, and the pace of play, as you projected between these two teams, is not going to be fast. So this was a guy who was out there. He had all the opportunities. I think it was like 85% snap share, 87% route participation, 2 targets.
Yeah, I mean, we took his season-long under, and I'm still on his unders. I hit his under last week at 53.5. It's come way down, and I'm still on it. I think people just had too big expectations for Dalton Kincaid. Like, they saw, okay, well, there's really no one for Josh Allen to throw to. Like, of course, Kincaid is just going to get 25% of the targets and be, the Travis Kelce, Trey McBride kind of guy for this team. And there's really no evidence that that's who he is. You look at his numbers, and they're not that great. You look at his PFF scouting grades from last year. His hands and his route running were both outside of the top 15 tight ends in football. You look at what he did last week. He was on the field, sure. But he didn't even get 5% of the targets. Yeah. And a lot of times you see something like that happen. Like this week or last week, Drake London didn't get many targets, and the Falcons came out and they're like, yeah, we need to get Drake the ball more. They didn't do that with Dalton Kincaid here. They came out and they said, yeah, we're just going to spread the ball around. Whoever gets the ball, basically.
We're going to go with Mac Hollins this week.
Exactly. So some weeks, yeah, Dalton Kincaid is going to have a spike week. He's going to have the favorable matchups, and he's going to, he's going to be the guy to get the ball. But I don't think his overall baseline volume is going to be all that high. The talent level is a bit questionable. And like you said about this offense, since Joe Brady took over week 11 last year, this has gone from one of the most pass-heavy teams in all of football to a run-heavy team. They kept it up last week. This is the game they want to play now. I don't see it for Kincaid.
And we touched on it when we were talking about our future markets. There is a big reason why Josh Allen's total season passing yards was about 500 yards shorter than his previous 3-year average, which was substantial.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see it now. And I'm actually really surprised that the books are that quick, right, to pick up on it. Usually it takes some time, but they know what this offense is, and it's going to be a lot of James Cook, probably by the way things are going. I think your projection has him somewhere in the mid-60s total, so kind of like right where his rushing total is. Nothing crazy there. Expect some Curtis Samuel to get in some slots. Khalil Shakir was running everything out of the slot. Keon Coleman was running basically everything on the outside with Mac Hollins. But like you said, Derek, it could be what's the term here? Just kind of yardage by committee in terms of what it is. And that's kind of why everybody's on the Josh Allen MVP train, because it's reminiscent of what we're seeing from Patrick Mahomes, maybe back in the Juju Smith-Schuster days, we'll call them, where just let Josh do his thing. It doesn't matter who's out there. He can create, and that's kind of what they're doing within this offense. So they don't need Kincaid to go out there and put up TJ Hawkinson 8 and 100-yard games. So we're starting to see that fall. So don't be surprised if you see Kincaid's number drop a bit more here and honestly, this Josh Allen 9.5 will likely be gone soon. But as Derek said, we're on the under 9.5 minus 135 the time recording, but probably still some value, even money on the under 8.5. Up 2 points, up 2 full rush attempts is wild in a game where they went from a 6.5 favorite to a 2.5 point dog, which makes no sense, right? Like you talk about kneel down equity.
Yeah, I mean, the kneel down equity is significantly less. I think the only concern is just that, maybe they will have to keep their foot on the gas pedal throughout the whole game. If it's close, maybe he gets a few more scrambles than usual. Like there are ways he can get there, obviously, but it's a high number.
Sorry, I believe last week was 8.5, not 6.5, but that's where we're going. Thursday night football. Let's go down to Hard Rock. Fading Josh Allen on the rush attempts under 9.5. Fading Dalton Kincaid on the receiving yards under 44.5. Let's do it, Derek. I'm Josh Ingles. He's Derek Carty. This is NFL Prop Picks powered by the Blitz. See you back here Sunday night football.